I wanted to do a video on this Mason Greenwood and all these things that's happening at the moment. And I'm going to give you two sides here. I'm going to give you a side from a dad's side and also a side from, I suppose, the preacher's side. And they do conflict, so please listen. First of all, please subscribe. I'm gonna do a podcast on this. I'm gonna go out and speak to the younger generation and adults and see their views and see where we're going wrong. Right. So the Mason Greenwood thing. A father, as I'm a father of a son and a daughter. It's quite hard to sit there and deal with this subject and try and translate it to my children. What Greenwood done was, for my daughter, he would never be playing football again. Forget what the court are going to do. Yeah, I'll be going to sort out his legs. I don't give a care. I wouldn't care about the Man United supporters that love him. All these people love him because of what he's done is wrong. First thing I would have said, like, yeah, what's it? We go into and we start looking at these things and we say, oh, where does this come from? What was this taught from? It's the parents. Sometimes it's got nothing to do with the parents. It's more to do with society and what we teach our kids and how we instill in them about life and how they should be treated and how they treat other people. Yeah? But because as a father, I'll be fuming. Listen, what you did was, listen, that is just low. Yeah? Low. And like I said, you've got to live with this. You've got to deal with this. Yeah? And like I said, the family's got to deal with it as well. But I said, it's just degrading. The fact that, and this thing about when you've got money, you can abuse the system, you can do whatever you like. That's another thing that seems to be a problem as well, because the rich people are not getting done. Yeah, they'll probably get off of it. Yeah, or somehow they'll find a way of, like I said, yeah, the other player, football player, the white football player that got done in, he got off the rape case, but he got prosecuted in a civil case. Yeah, so that shows you that, and he was still allowed to play football for 5 years. Yeah, so no one's really saying too much about that. And my issue as well is that, actually, with Mason, you're supposed to be a role model. Same like all the politicians, same like all the people at the top, you're role models to our children. And you lot are not setting a good example. Yeah, you lot seem to take this thing too far. You think you're entitled to it. All right, let me ask you a question. In all honesty, would Mason have got that girl if he wasn't a football player? Would Boris have 7 wives if his parents didn't have old money? Yeah, this is the thing. Like, as guys, we need to realise, and like I said to you, what we've got to do is teach. And this is I know, and people might say I'm trying to be racist or I'm just trying to pass a buck. I'm not. Yeah, I'm just going to go into facts. So as the preacher side will sit there and start preaching to you and telling you life itself. Yeah, this is an epistemic problem. Yeah, this is a society problem. Yeah, because everybody, we're all part of the problem. Because we all sit there and watch these videos that come up on our phones of younger girls all dressing up or stripping or doing whatever they're doing. So we're adding to the problem. Yeah? So I'm not saying I'm not a part of it. What I take reference to and what I find a bit offensive is now, and it seems to be the way the media are pushing it at the moment. All right, we had an announcement last week, the week before, about only 1% of rapes are done. Yeah. So 1% of rapes are being prosecuted. But then what they do is then they now focus on grooming gangs, and we've had a couple of black people now been done for rape, and then it's like it's them. Yeah, it's nothing to do with what's going on here. Yeah, because unfortunately, and the cold hard truth is a truth. Yeah, it is a Western thing. Yeah, because if you go back and people say, "Oh no, what do you mean? It's not." We don't listen. I'm 45. We go back when I was younger. Domestic violence was normal here in this country. Yeah, men were beating their wives regularly. Yeah, man would go to the pub. If you're going further back than that, you'd have it where man would go to work, come home, yeah, get drunk, and then beat his wife, and it was normal. Yeah, I would like to know. I know a lot of people now are gunning for Greenwood, whatever his name is. They're gunning for him. Now, let me ask all those people out there that are sitting there gunning for him, and there's been a few, oh, he's a fucking black, he's whatever it is. Yeah, you want to carry on with that slant? It's cool. Yeah, I understand where you're kind of bit where you're coming from when you say that. Yeah, you're looking at the term that, oh, the black guy man's come and taken our girl, yeah, and look how he's treated her. Just think about that. But it's a natural or a national thing that has been. We haven't actually. All right, go back. All right, nothing changes unless somebody accepts, yeah, what they've done is wrong. Yeah, and in society, in this country, a lot of Western countries, they haven't accepted what is wrong. Yeah, against women, abuse against women. Yeah? It's been normalised, yeah? And it's being normalised again. Hence the Great Reset. Yeah? It's going to become normal, yeah? Which is this kind of the way they're pushing it. History shows, like I said to you, if you go back Victorian times, even past then, a woman couldn't walk the streets unless she had her brother or a father or a partner. Can you tell me what's changed? Not much, because women are still getting raped. Yeah? The difference is we're not married. On a biblical term, on a religious term, this is why we have this thing of saying, get to know someone and then get married. Yeah? And then you commit to them as a person. What we're not teaching our children is how to have relationships, what it takes you as a person, the value of yourself. We don't even teach the boys. Yeah? Because what we have is when a boy, let it be a boy, is a boy. Yeah? Boys will be boys. Yeah? Then if a boy rapes a girl, we're now attacking the girl and saying she deserved it. How did she deserve it? How did she ask for it? Did she say to the guy, oh, come and do this to me? Or did the guy take it on himself and go and do that? And then we justify it. Oh, she must have been drunk or whatever it is. Even if she's drunk. Listen, I tell my kids, yeah, and I said they're young now, but when they get older, I'm saying to them, listen, you go in a relationship with anyone, listen, if a girl's on drink or drugs, yeah, you don't touch them. Don't even do nothing. Just make sure they get home safely. That's what I teach them. Yeah? And that's what everybody should be teaching them. Yeah? How many people have seen a case where a man raped a girl? She was pissed on a park bench. He raped her. And the boy got off because he didn't want to ruin his career. And what was the girl doing there laying there drunk? But we don't seem to make the boys accountable. I've even heard I've seen on YouTube now, rappers and everybody's coming involved in telling me, their view about him. He should be doing this. Listen, rappers, let me just say something about you guys. What do you sing in your songs? Women are bitches and hoes. So you've got no respect for women. So you're perpetuating it. You're singing these songs. You have groupies. Yeah? You gang bang. Yeah? So please, you're the last person that could sit there and start having a view about Greenwood unless your life is green. Yeah? I can say this because I know I haven't done it. Yeah? I know I don't believe in those things. So I have a view. Yeah? And I can say it. And I can be very strong in what I'm saying it. Listen, I'm not sitting there, I'm not judge and jury. Yeah? In your own life, you have to be your own judge and jury. Yeah? You have to sit there and weigh up what you're doing and think whether it's right or wrong. Yeah? And if you can carry on going back over history and people say, oh yeah, but it's a normal thing. When we were younger, we grew up, even though you tell your kids, don't talk to strangers. You're not telling them not to talk to a black person, because if it was a black person, you'd go and hold your bag. There might be a teeth, it might be this. That's what we're known for. That's what we're known for. Yeah? Yeah, that's what society has made us think, where you would clutch your bag if you see a black person who didn't know, if you feel uncomfortable. But if you see a white person who didn't know, and I'm not using race, yeah, because it's just a fact, yeah, you clutch your child. Yeah? If you see a dodgy white guy, or guy looking around, you'd want to know where your child is. Not point and think, this is a fact. Yeah? And I'm saying to these kids now, if you look at essentially their role models of society, the parliament and all that, look at what's going on there, I said to you. Yeah, it's going on there. Yeah? Abuse, all kinds of things are going on in the parliament. These are our role models, the kids' role models. And they're getting away with murder. So the younger generation are watching and think, if they can get away with doing it, it's normal, why can't we? Hence why we're having this problem. As for Man United, all these football players, yeah, you can't just single out Man United, but it's all clubs. Yeah, they make these kids think they're so good. Groupies, yeah, musicians do it. Yeah, they sit there and get the girls, and they want to sit there. We've got no respect for women, and we perpetuate it by doing things like this. Yeah, I tell my kids to respect for yourself and respect other people. Yeah, if you do that, you'll be cool. If they don't want to respect you, tell them where to go. So we've got to learn to sit there, and the clubs are not. They breed it. Remember, it's all people at the top. Yeah, they're the ones that send you. If you go to jobs, big bosses, they abuse their position and they use it to get with the women. And like I said, we need to teach our kids how to be boys. Yeah, what we teach at the moment is that all you boys have got is to be a man, is to have a dick, and to be violent. Yeah, that's how you show being a man. Yeah, but we don't show them that it's not about that. Yeah, we don't show them that you can't go into a relationship thinking, oh, it's about sex. I'll sleep with her and that's it. I'll give her what she deserves. What does she deserve? She deserves to be looked after. The same way you do. When you come in and you want your dinner cooked, you want all this stuff done, you want your briefs picked up from the floor beside the bed, and you want them washed. But you can't give back. And you think when we in this country or Western, we think we're entitled to it. And when I say Western, I'm going to go back from what I can see. And I look at Africa and places like that, and if you go back the century, they call their partners, each other kings and queens. So if you call her a queen, she can't be a bitch and a hoe. Yeah? They have values for it and all that. Yeah? For each other, which we don't have here. Yeah? So that's what I'm trying to say. And if you look, and then so they keep mentioning the grooming, this and that, but I said about what's going on with the rape. They associate with foreigners. They don't associate with themselves. Because if you look at what the West did, every time they went in a colony, what did they do? Pillage, rape, pillage. Yeah? If you want to go back to Vikings days, what do they do? Rape and pillage. So it's see the common denominator? It's a normal thing. But what we don't do as society is, and where we don't get no change, in society we accept the mantra that they give us. Lessons learnt. Have you heard that a lot lately? Lessons learnt. You know what the lesson learned is? I won't be doing that again in that way. I'll do it another way so I don't get caught. Yeah? We got all this thing about Greenwood now. I didn't hear nobody mentioning going mad when we talked about the priests came out and talked about how many kids they abused. And what did they come and tell you? Oh, lessons learnt. And we make changes. But not one person was prosecuted. Does that make any sense to you? So how has the lesson been learned? How has the church learned? How has Parliament learned? How is our children going to learn? If you keep doing lessons learnt. No, put people in prison, do the things for them. So in other countries, I've been, that's a holiday, I've played countries, you think you can go away and rape someone and get away with it? Listen, they'll get hold of you. You're not going to be a serial rapist. You're not going to get away with it because as soon as you do it once and they catch hold of you, you're finished. In here, it's wrong, there's something wrong with them. We're trying to account for them. But, yeah, in some sense there's something wrong. We've been learned to get away with it. We haven't taught children at a young age how to be, yeah, and how they need to be with each other. We're taught the boys, these boys will be boys. You go out shopping now, you go there anyway, you see young kids, how they talk to their parents. If you don't install discipline in them from a young age and values for themselves, yeah, and you may say I'm going on about that. I will go on about girls in a minute, but I'm saying that now. Because why? It's a serious thing. Because what we're not looking at is the undercurrent. Do you know the biggest suicide is in men? Why? It's not all to do with money. Yeah, I bet a large percentage of those suicides is because of women. Yeah, because they can't accept. We've been taught, as long as you sleep with her right, give her a good banging, she'll be all right, mate. That's all she needs. That's what she needs from a man. That's what a man needs. I'm telling you straight, mate. That's not how it works. I'll be honest, yeah? I carried on like when I was younger. I love no girl, this, that and the other, and I was taking a piss. And I tell you, when I fell for that girl, yeah, she destroyed me, mate, when she left me. I thought I was going mad. Yeah, I turned full. And you know why I turned full? Because I had to sit there and I had to accept what I did that was wrong. I could sit there and carry on at first, it's her fault. No, and then I started to realise what my account for this situation was. Yeah? And how I had been and how I had treated her. She should have left me a long time ago. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah? The way I treated her, I look back now, listen, I deserved it. I got what I deserved. Yeah? No, we teach our young boys now to, you got to go out, everyone music, everyone teaches them, just go out and sleep with and bang. It's about being a coxman. Yeah? Yeah, and if you can't be a coxman, you use this. This is what we're about. Yeah? Is that what you're about? Yeah? Now, in a relationship with a woman, it's not just based on sex. Yeah? Because you'll start to find it out later on. Because what happens when you're carrying like you're a coxman and you have a bad day in the office? What are you then? Because if you're so based on being a coxman, yeah, and then the cock don't rise, or the cock flops, doesn't do a good job, then what are you? What is left? As you as a person? Yeah? Nothing. Because you've used that thing to say that that's who you are. And then what happens is when it's not going right, or a girl does, listen, let's be honest. Yeah? Let me ask men out there. When was the last time you faked an orgasm? We want to be real about this. When was the last time you faked an orgasm? You don't. Men don't fake orgasms. Yeah? Because you've got to come in it. That's you. That's your orgasm, innit? Yeah? We just want to come, bang it, fuck it, come. Yeah? That's our thing. And we think, we do it, yeah. That's why you have one night stands. Yeah? Because you couldn't, whatever you tried to do wasn't good enough. Yeah? And then what we don't understand is we now then get caught up with, like I said to you, a woman's got to love me for me, man. I ain't got no money for you. I got nothing for you, man, apart from me. Yeah, I got something between my legs, that can work. Yeah, but everything else about me is more, it's more. But we teach these kids, it's about, as long as you can sleep with her right, it's all right. How do you know you slept with her right? That's what I've said about women. You need to tell man, listen, you ain't done a good job tonight. Stop giving him ego. Yeah? He's had an ego his life. Yeah? And then what happened, another thing is, as elders, as parents, yeah, we tolerate a lot of stuff. We make it acceptable and we pass it on to our kids. If you're sitting there, you're a kid and you're seeing your dad beat your mum and your mum accepting it, what do you see as normal? Yeah? Same thing with a girl. She sees her mum being treated like and accepting it and staying there. Yeah? She sees it as normal. But the way society is in this country, a woman can't go nowhere anyway. Yeah? The way they made it before is uneducated. Yeah? So you couldn't sit there and leave. The man is a breadwinner. So where are you going to go? So we created a society where men was in control and the woman didn't have a say. We're still not far off there. Now they're giving a bit of independence to women. You can go and do what now. Now women are going a little bit too far and trying to be whatever. Yeah, that's another subject. Yeah, but we don't teach our children what is right and wrong. Yeah. Now, as victims of things, yeah, I've seen past videos mentioned it, and I'm saying to you, I do get quite passionate. Yeah, and I know I'm probably talking about people that I know as well. Yeah. But like I said, I'm not the judge and jury. I'm just here to mention. The Lord says, if it was never told, a person's got a way of getting out. I am now telling people and saying it, so they've got no way of getting out. Yeah, you now have to deal with your conscience, like I have had to in my life. That's my point of making everybody conscious. Yeah, this is a societal thing. Yeah, we're all accountable. Yeah, it's how we teach our children. It's what we accept. If you go out and have a groupie, you go out and bang five of you go and bang one bird. What respect do you have for women? You don't. And do you think the woman chose to sleep with you five guys? Let's be real. Yeah, this is the issue. Like I said, again, in this Europe country, we don't talk about the original problem. We talk about the problem at hand. And the problem at hand isn't the actual problem. The problem goes back. Yeah. So if we don't teach our kids the right way to be, how to respect people as a whole. Yeah, respect. How many of these kids now? How do you talk to your parents? How many of these boys that sit out there talk to their parents with disrespect? How many of these women talk to their parents with disrespect? And then you wonder why your child talks to you with disrespect because they're seeing what you do. Yeah. So they only do what they've been taught. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When in Rome, you do what the Romans do. So that's not a justification for what Greenwood's done. That's a thing that's a problem with Rome, this country. It's acceptable to be abusive. It's called banter. Yeah, you got to see the funny side of it. Yeah, And this is like I said to you, it's wrong. Yeah, I said to you, like I said to you, I'll ask a question. If you ain't got no money in your pocket, who are you? What are you? Yeah? All these people go out, these celebrities, musicians, talk, yeah, I got a bag of gal, I got a bag of this. If you had no money, you wouldn't have a bag of anything. Yeah? These girls are not interested in you. This is why we now talk about the girls. We need to teach, as parents, we need to teach these girls to respect themselves. Yeah? If you respect yourself, a boy will respect you, you know. He hasn't got a choice. Yeah? A person will only get away with what you let them get away with. And that's what we've done as a society. We've let them get away with it. Because the bigger people, we're not looking at it as, the people at the top want this disarray. They want broken homes. They want all this. Yeah? Like I said to you, the church got away with abusing all these children. No one said nothing. There's no outcry. There's no anybody tell me what this thing done. Today we got a politician that was done. Oh, the only thing is, it was Asian, so it's all right, it's Asian. Yeah? And we could make talk about Asian people and say about the grooming. And we could then revert back in their country, and you see it there too. But let me go further back than that. All these countries that we're talking about, or the people where we come from, they're all colonized countries of the West. Yeah? Again, like I said before, go back to wars. What did they do? Rape and pillage. It was nothing normal. Slavery. What did they do? Rape and pillage. Yeah? It's nothing. It's just what I'm saying. But again, because we've never, I'm not pushing the saying this. I'm saying to you, it's about if we as a society accept that these issues are there and have been there for years, we can make a change for the future. But if we don't accept slavery, sexism, yeah, misogyny, yeah, as part of our culture, yeah, then we're never going to move forward. We're never going to change. Yeah? And then they're going to come and tell us lessons learned. What lesson has been learned? You listen on the radio, there's no social services anymore. All the services are cut to help. Yeah? Police now, we're seeing police now being corrupt. Yeah? So the whole country is corrupt. Yeah? Politicians are corrupt. Yeah? You just looking at it. So I'm just not saying pointing pinches and saying, oh, it's a black, white. Listen, there's a problem for all of us. Yeah? Because if the children do it, it's a problem. Yeah? Anybody doing it, it's a problem. But we need to stand up and hit everybody that's doing this and not make it acceptable. How many of you guys want to go out and beat Mr. Greenwood up? Yeah? Your mate does it. Your mate beats his missus. Yeah? You don't say nothing to him, mate. Oh, you know what I mean? She asked for it, innit? She's fucking told him something and he didn't like it. You know what I mean? Dinner wasn't... What the hell? If you listen to the words of what Greenwood, what he said, it's a case of entitlement. Yeah? I am a self-proclaimed... God, I can do what I like. Yeah? And I'm not saying it's trying to make it sound better for him. Not at all. But how many girls out there went out and opened their legs to him? Because he's a football player. Yeah? How many of them girls went and sold themselves short and gave away the Wu-Tang for nothing and expected something out of it and expected to be respected? This is why I'm going to do a podcast. I'm going to go a podcast so people, girls and boys need to understand things, what the other person think. What we don't do is think about the other person. We think about ourselves. We're a man is man and man is a dominant thing. Like I said to you, without a dick, yeah, and no money in your pocket, what are you? A person. Yeah? A person's with values. Yeah? So when you meet a girl, you meet a person, yeah, they meet you for you. Yeah? It's not always about sex. Sometimes you don't want sex as long. You just want to sit there, relax and chill. So we've got to learn to think that. So this is why these kids don't have relationships. That's why we have broken homes. That's why we've got all these problems, because they don't understand what it takes to make a relationship and make things work, a future. Yeah? And it also being a role model. What kind of a role model are you? Yeah, so the rappers are, yeah, you're not a role model. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're selfish. Yeah? You think about yourself. Because you're doing all these music tunes. How many people are dying from your tunes? Yeah? Now, even if you go back to say, I'm just saying rappers, but even like I said to you, you show me a film out there where you see it, it's like a woman's been respected. You don't. And that's West, yeah? That's what you see on the TV all the time. When you watch old films, what do you see? Women being abused, sexually abused, and it's normal. Yeah? And we still haven't accepted that that was a problem. Oh, we give you a few rights, you're all right, you can do. What does that mean? A man still hasn't accepted what he has done is wrong. Yeah? And we have to say this is not normal. You wouldn't like someone to do that to your mum. You wouldn't like someone to do that to your sister. But it's all right for me to go and do it to your daughter. Yeah? Because it's not in your house. Yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? We can go, I said there's so many issues but we've got to focus on the thing there. And to make a change, we've got to focus on the children. To make a change, we have to educate the children. To make a change, we have to stop accepting as people. I done a video once before and I got messages back and it's like, oh, you know this person that does this and he's done that. And I'm thinking to myself, all right, well, what do I do here? This is like, rah. I kind of asked for it because this is partly what you're doing by doing these things. You're highlighting things. You're making people aware. Yeah. So obviously you're going to get a comeback. But my thing to that person is, well, what are you doing about it? There's nothing I can do about it. I can tell that person. Most people, my mates know, people that know me know how I feel about things. Yeah. My mate would never do that in front of me. You're mad. I'll tell him about himself. He'd no longer become a friend because that's not acceptable. Yeah, but I can't tell him what he does behind closed doors. That's down for him to come to terms with. That's to him. He's got to deal with the man upstairs. I'm just maybe I've got my hat on tonight the preaching. I'm just letting you know that listen, what you're doing is wrong. Like I said to you, it's normal. Go back before. Let me ask also another question to people, these men out here. Do you believe if that woman is your partner, she is yours, and you could do what you like? Because a lot of people believe that. How many people believe you marry a woman? She's your property. People believe that. That's a Western thing, yeah? Yeah? And people say, oh, you keep saying West. Listen, go back home here. You try and do too much, the woman will cut you up. Yeah? They're not tolerating. They're not waiting for, there's no police there to sit and come and deal with it like you've got here. And we find that the police is just corrupt. Yeah? They don't have it. Again, like I said, go back before. But in Africa, the kings and queens. Here, there's never been a thing of treating women with respect. They've never had a value. Don't tell me, oh, we've got a queen. What does that mean? We had a prime minister that was a woman. What does that mean? Look at the misogyny and the abuse that she took. All she is there is just as a body for us to see. It's not the people that are in charge. We do not counteract, like I said to you, the people at the top. Until we start at the top. They keep talking about politics right now. The fish rots from the head down. Of course it does. Could rot from the bottom up too, doesn't matter. But the point is, it's the top that sit there in control and can make changes. The ones at the top are the ones that are the worst. Yeah? And we just follow along, oh yeah, because they get away, we get away. No, we get caught. I bet you can find other people that are doing these things, you know what I'm saying to you, that are like higher than Mason Green, but they're not getting done. They've got lawyers. Like I said to you, if it didn't get out the way it did, there was no way it would have got out. The club would have paid for it and they would have done it. And even the fans, this is what I say about fickle people. This is what I say about fans. A lot of fans are saying, listen, they're trying to, like I said to you, account for the woman. She must have been drunk. She must have asked what was it she's doing. She was playing games. She set him up. No, you can only set yourself up because you walked into it. Yeah? The same thing with like politics right now. Change will only happen if we let it happen. Yeah? If we don't let it happen, it can't change. Yeah? So this is what I'm saying now. But then we listen to the twang. Lessons learned. Yeah? You're only upset. You're apologising because you got caught. You're not apologising for what you did. Yeah? You're not repenting. But like I said to you, the Most High will deal with you when your time comes. Yeah? And all I say to people is, I don't even want the Most High to wait for you that time there. I want the Most High to catch you while you're on this earth. Yeah? I want the Most High to sit there and remind you, after you've done it, maybe a year, 2 years later, yeah, saying to you, you sit there and it goes on in your brain. You can't justify it. And again, a lot of these guys here, you've got kids. Yeah? You beat your missus in front of your kid, and then you want to fight someone for troubling your daughter. Yeah? Does that make any sense? Like I said, at some point, like I said, I'm going to do a film. I want to do a film, a couple of films I want to do. But like I said to you, all these kind of topics to highlight these things. People are not seeing it for what it is. I'm not pointing at, like I said to you, it's a societal problem. Hear me what I'm saying to you. We are all to blame. Yeah, saying to the system, look at the porn that's out now. It's not normal porn. It's abusive porn. Yeah? That's what it is. It's nothing to sit there and say, oh, man, it's just like, and it's forceful. It's like I said to you, what you're doing, that's not right. That should be illegal. I don't agree with porn, but like I said to you, if you're going to have it, but don't have this abusive sex, because it's not normal. And what we're doing is breeding these kids. We're letting them learn by themselves. We're letting them go out by themselves. And look what's happening to them. We've got gangs, we've got this, that, and the other. If you see what these gangs are doing, it's nothing new. Yeah? So please don't sit there and have a point of view. Again, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. If you're a perpetrator, don't ever go at another perpetrator, because it's you. Yeah? And remember, exactly the same way you're going out there and saying, fuck, I want to go and lynch him, let's do this, do all that stuff, and you do it, you need to be lynched. Yeah? Like I said to you, it's a societal problem. We've got to start teaching our kids the future. Yeah? We're all in this, yeah? We all live here. We're all in this together. So we all have to make changes. I don't want to teach my child to kill your son if he touched her. Yeah? I don't want to be doing that. Yeah? I'm also going to teach my son to respect himself. If you come across, I remember I met a girl and she riled me up so much. Got to be the point where, and I thought, she wanted me to hit her. And when I spoke to her, it was like, that was what the last boyfriend did, and that was how he showed love. He showed me love by beating. I said, you know what, babes, listen, I can't do that. Yeah, I don't believe in all that. I told her I just straight, this is not for me. Women should never be treated that way, blah, blah, blah. And I left her. Hopefully she learned from that intervention. But that's it, move on. Yeah? That's what guys got to do. We got to stop as fathers. Stop teaching their kids to be a coxman. What's a coxman? A guy that goes out and has kids everywhere and don't look after his responsibility of his kids. Another failure. Yeah? Then you're going to moan why someone else is looking after your child. Yeah? You've got the feeder things going on, and another man comes in, troubles your daughter. Yeah? It's not his kid. Yeah? So this is what I'm trying to say. With so many things that we're doing, little bits that we're doing, we're mashing up the children. Yeah? Yeah, I blame Greenwood, yeah. But I also blame us. I also blame society. I also blame the politicians. Yeah? We're all part of this. We all can make a change. It's not acceptable. Like I said, me personally, I reckon women should pick up something and fucking rasp them if they want to go and beat them or rape them. Go and grab something and rape them. But that's not what it's about. Yeah, that's me talking as, like I said, an angry person. But that's not right. Two wrongs don't make a right. Walk away, leave them. Yeah? And like I said, when you get to know, teaching our children, you get to meet someone, get to know someone before you open up your legs. It works both for man and woman, you know.